Hey everybody, good morning. It is November the 22nd, 2025, and I just wanted to shoot a video. It's been a really long time since I've seen you guys on any travel videos. We've took a break from traveling. I mentioned in some other videos some time ago that we were going to do this, remodel of a Riverstone. So that's kind of where we've been. We have done an extensive amount of work through this process when we have a long way to go. We've been really hustling, trying to get to a point to where the RV could be, stopped, remodeling and working on it, where we could actually use the RV on the end of the year. We actually missed a trip this week because of the reno. We were scheduled to go out to the Outer Banks of North Carolina. We were going to spend Thanksgiving up there with just the wife and I and our daughter. But had to cancel that trip because of the reno project. We really opened up too many projects in this project on this go around. But I wanted to kind of just show you, as you can see behind me, some things that we've done. If you go back and watch some of the other videos, I mentioned what we're going to do to this Riverstone. We had talked about selling this Riverstone and trading it in on another floor plan. And once we tried to, we contacted several dealers. At that point, or at that time, this RV was only a year old. The depreciation value was so drastic that we would have had to roll like $40,000 of negative equity into another RV. It makes no sense to me how fast these RVs that cost this much depreciate so fast. And I called multiple dealers. I didn't just choose one. I called dealers from the south of Georgia all the way up into the northern states and out west, some other places out there. Everybody was on the same thing. They all wanted to give you dealer wholesale, which for us was almost $45,000 below what we even owed on it. It's crazy. So we were traveling. One last trip we took, we decided, you know what? There's nothing wrong with the RV. We just weren't happy with the floor plan. We did choose and purchase a toy hauler. This is a Riverstone. It's the Legacy package, 4513 DST floor plan. As of now, to my knowledge, they no longer make this floor plan. It was 2 years. They made it for 2024 and 2025, and for whatever reason, discontinued this floor plan. I don't know if it's coming back. I don't know. I think it's a pretty good floor plan for a toy hauler if you like a toy hauler. We in the beginning thought that was a direction that we should go, is get a toy hauler, because we purchased a golf cart, places we like to go, some of the large campground resorts that we like to go to. We could, get the golf cart and ride around, bikes, kayaks, whatever. After we used it, we decided that maybe we should have chosen a different floor plan, something with more living space. So, well, that's what we decided to do. We've designed the RV, and we've got lots of things we're going to do to this RV. We're completely redoing this RV from practically top to bottom. Anything that we can change to make it better, make it safer. There's been a lot of issues with the Riverstones having brake failures. This one is no exception. I have had 5 electric over hydraulic brake failures. This unit does have hydraulic disc brakes. It's electric over hydraulic, for those that know what the term what that means. The installation was done so poorly that just about every trip we've had an issue. In July, we went up to Wisconsin to an air show, spent about a week and a half driving back and forth. I had 3 brake failures in that one trip alone. Luckily, I'm technically, minded. It's my background, so I carry the tools, the materials, the supplies, everything to fix copper, the tubing and all. But it was still just a hassle. They've since came out with the NTSB has issued a recall. But we had already gotten paid from our dealer way back in the day when we first had our incident just a few months, probably not even 5 months into owning this, we had a brake failure. And it's nothing wrong with the brake system. The Dexter electric over hydraulic brakes, disc brakes, are phenomenal. They stop great. They're phenomenal. My only issue is the installation of the brake system from the manufacturer is very poorly done. The only thing I would suggest Dexter do is if they could upgrade it and make an improvement to it, which we're going to do. I've already designed something I'm going to do, and I'll show you in another video, that actually gives you a notification if there is a hydraulic failure. There's not a safety device in this braking system that notifies the driver if the brakes are not working properly. So we're going to do that in the future, whole nother video, but I'm rambling on. So I'm going to turn the camera around and I'm going to show you guys. It's a bit of a mess in here, but I'm going to show you what we've done so far. And then once we get more done to it within the next week or so, I'll show you some other things and with the RV a little more clean. But so excuse the mess. There's tools everywhere, but you'll get some kind of idea of what we're doing. Especially if you go back and watch some other videos, you might can see the background of some of those videos. All right, so what we've changed about it, let me kind of scroll around here and pan into here. So this is the kitchen now. So what we've done here is, so originally, so I'm going to try to show you, not blur you out. So the refrigerator was originally here. So this is the original stock location for the refrigerator. Couldn't change that. Wouldn't if I could. Here, this is all original. So the cabinets that have the black glass, this is all original. Stove, microwave, all original. This is what we've added. So from the factory, this was a large pantry here with a door that swung out. The television and fireplace was here. We've came in and built custom cabinets, extended the bar all the way. There was just a little bit of a bar section here. Extended it all the way to here. Did upper cabinets, side cabinets. I don't know if I can pull this up and show you. Put cabinets in here. Got nice adjustable shelving in here. You can move these shelves up and down, change these pin locations. And then in this lower cabinet here, we made like a broom closet. So we put it in here. There was already a receptacle back here from the factory. We actually moved it over and just relocated it to here. So now you can put a Dyson stick vac in here and have a place to charge it up. The electrical and all, this is all OE electrical. The only thing we did was we squared it because it was inside cabinetry. So this one was higher and this one was lower. It was over here. So we actually moved it over, made it center more like a bar top. And we kind of kept this one over here the same. Glass tile backsplash installed just like they did. We changed the color. Went with the white cabinetry with the gold knobs. Over here, this originally, as you walked in the front door, so this is the main entry here. You'd walk in, walk up to the steps, go into the bedroom. This was theater seating right here. So there were 2 chairs, 2 recliners here, and originally there were 2 recliners here. Sold those, got rid of it, made a dinette in here. So we've done a table, built a bench here. This is a flip-up bench. I can't show you right now because I got stereo stuff and some tools here. This bench actually opens up for storage, so there'll be cushions here and some pillows here. Bought 2 bar top height chairs to go with the table. So now we have a nice little eat-in here for this floor plan. Back over here, like I mentioned, when you walked in, there was 2 recliners here. So what we've done, I travel as much as we can, and I still work from home when I'm traveling on the road. I have to work. So we created a desk here. Went and bought a cabinet. Now this was out of the big box store. Bought a cabinet, modified it, painted it, made it work. Bought butcher block top off Amazon. You can pick these up on Amazon. Matching gold hardware that matches the cabinets. So we've created a desk space here. Electrical was already here in the wall. You can't really see it that well. And like I said, I'll shoot another video when it's cleaned up a little more. Electrical was already here. There's electrical back in there. I can show you that down there. Electrical, that's all original electrical. So now we can put a printer, monitors, computers, laptops. All this can be a workstation right here. great space for working while you're traveling, making videos or whatever. So back into here. So originally, if you go back and look at this floor plan and other floor plans, if you watch other videos, this wall from the factory had a huge window right here. The window was like a televator. It would go up and go down. We tore this wall out and sealed it up and got rid of that framing and removed all that heavy weight. That thing was probably like 250 pounds. So we removed that window, boarded up this wall, painted this interior to be matched. So this is all painted now, and this is just now a solid wall. I did make some improvements inside this wall. You can't see it, but this wall is studded like 16 on center, which is what they did. We just came in and added additional studs to box it in. And then up here, we actually reinforced this top section, and that's for a later video because we are going to go in here and do AC heat pump mini splits, and we did that for that. So as you walk into the toy hauler garage area, this is kind of how the garage is set up now. So we took out, as you can see, there's wood flooring in here. Now this is just laminate flooring from the hardware store. We tore up the rubber diamond plated mat, skim coated it with an underlayment. So put underlayment down, glued it down, nailed it down real tight, and then we glued this hardwood laminate flooring down. Took all the tracks out. It had D-rings in the floor, removed all that. Put down new flooring. So in here, we brought the TV and all into this room. So now originally, this is the original cabinet that was a door. This is an aluminum frame. We added wood framing around it and extended it, made it wider, and then reused the locations of everything that was. So this is kind of how it was in there. The only difference is we actually elevated it. We built a hearth out of butcher blocks. We got a nice hearth here that she's going to paint white. And we built a faux beam mantle to go here for decorations or whatever. The electrical that is here, this is an original OE electrical, all GFC from Riverstone. The difference was it was actually in the wall right behind it. So we actually had enough wiring from them. We pulled it out, put it here, and then pulled it out here, the face of this wall. So now, if you wanted to put some Christmas decorations, some lights or whatever, or a lamp or just anything, now you still have access to electrical here. And if you want to do the same here, if you want to put a little Christmas tree, a little decoration, you got an outlet right there, GFCI. Didn't have to change anything. Up here, so this originally was a cabinet. It was sealed off. It had a outdoor speaker there, like a subwoofer, and it had one there. Took those out, got rid of them, and actually made these open cabinetry right now. I don't know if we're going to change this and try to have some custom doors made in the future, but we may. Originally, this cabinet here was a television. There was a TV there, a 32-inch Jensen TV, electrical power cables and all came in from the ceiling. We rewired and just relocated it up into that cabinet. So there's your coax cables and all that stuff, your electrical, and I can't really show you, but it all comes in from the back, comes up through there. Over here, this is all the Polk audio sound system stuff. We cut a hole there. The wiring used to come out of the ceiling. I built a small drop ceiling in that cabinet, ran all those wires through those grommets, as you can see right there and up there. And now all the Polk audio stuff is in there. The amplifier and all the controls and stuff. This is the original location, so we couldn't change it. We just made it a little better, put some paneling wood in there to stiffen it up and rewired it. One thing I can't really show you, I can try to shoot an angle. Can't see that? So in this wall here behind it, there's actually a piece of PVC pipe that goes into this cabinet. It's in the back corner. It's about 2.5 inches in diameter. It goes all the way into the corner of the wall, all the way down and through the floor, out the back of the RV, above the axle. And what we did that for was for a chase. So in the future, we're going to move the audio stuff there was a speaker there, a speaker under here, and there was a speaker there. We're going to move those speakers to the outside and put them in the underbelly like some other manufacturers do for outdoor entertainment. So, like I said, a lot of things have changed, like I said, especially with this stuff. And the way this cabinet here was built and designed, There's going to be just some baskets up here for now, just to put some stuff in it to see how we like to travel and how it works. But the way I built this wall, both sides of this wall, the one I showed you earlier that's in the kitchen and then in the living room, are double reinforced on both sides. And I did that because I knew, like I did here with this pipe chase that goes all the way to the exterior, that's very large, I knew that I was going to remove the AC units off the roof because they're inefficient and they're power hogs. Each one of them pull like 1,200 watts. And we're wanting to do some, out west trips and some boondocking and some stuff like that. And so we're going to do like, solar, lithium. There's all these ideas and thoughts of how to make this RV just, way better than it ever has been or would have been. So, same as I did in the kitchen. This is reinforced inside the wall here before I covered it up. I reinforced it with some plywood, with some wood and some timber and stuff. There'll be a mini split here. So this cabinet will get sacrificed right there. It'll get built out with a chase in the back, like a bulkhead, and there'll be a mini split there, a 12,000 BTU mini split, and there'll be one on the other side. I don't know that we'll need one for the bedroom, but the unit will have two 12,000 watt mini split AC units that run off 115 volt, that pull a lot less wattage. I think between the two of them combined, pull less wattage than one of the units on the roof. This one does not have the new Greer system that they're using now, which I think is a more efficient system. It pulls less watts. I think these are actually Coleman Mach ACs, or I don't know if they're Coleman's or what they are up there, but I'm telling you, they're power hogs. If you're not plugged into a 50 amp, you cannot run all three ACs. The generator will barely run two. If you turn a pot on, a microwave on, it trips the GFCI on the breaker panel every time. So you got to be in the 50 amp shore power. We're wanting to change that, so that's what we're going to do, and that's down the road. Probably after the first of the year, I'm going to start tearing this all back out, and we're going to install mini splits. I'll show another video of that when we're doing that. But anyway, I rambled on a little bit talking about things. I really hope you liked the video. I apologize for not posting videos sooner. This has just been a really big project. Like I said, we've already missed one trip this year, which was the Thanksgiving trip that we would have took this week. We have a Christmas trip coming up. So we're trying to get this RV to a stopping point that is still usable, so we can make the Christmas trip at the end of the year. And then after that, we won't have another trip probably till spring break sometime. So we'll have about 4 months to come in here and do a lot more upgrades and work. We're doing stuff in the belly. We're switching out the water heater. We have a Truma water heater that's been giving some issues. Can't get parts for it. So Aqua Hot has come out with a furnace. I'll show you that later once it's installed. That will be installed before we go to December. And I'm going to show you that. We're redoing the entire water manifold system out there, eliminating that, making it better. Brass connectors, all the PEX is getting replaced. So when I tell you this is a full rebuild, it's a full rebuild. So anyway, appreciate you guys watching. I hope you liked the video. Hope I didn't just get real wordy. I'm sure I did. But thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. Please subscribe to the channel. Please share the video, because there's going to be a lot of videos. I'm going to show you what you can do with an RV. If you've got some sweat equity and a little bit of time and a little bit of knowledge on any kind of mechanical of anything, you can make your RV great. So don't think you need to go out and buy a new RV. If you've already got a good foundation like this is, Riverstone makes a great RV. They just fall short like all manufacturers. It's not a Riverstone problem. It's not a Jayco problem. It's not a whoever, whatever problem. They all are in the same boat. They're all owned by bigger, larger companies, and they're all pushing them out the door, build, build, build. So if you've got an RV, it's got a great foundation, and you mostly like the floor plan, there's some really cool things you can do with technology, with mini splits and inverters and Victron stuff, solar, lithium. The possibilities are endless. There's nothing you can't do to these as long as you start with a good foundation. So I appreciate you guys watching. Please subscribe to the channel. We'll try to start making some more videos. I know it's been a few months since I made one, but I wanted to show you this update. So subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit that notification button so when I make the next video, hopefully you'll get notified. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next one.